Plans for more WTA tournaments in the Philippines discussed after Alexandra Eala's breakout success. The very first Philippine Women's Open is nearly upon us as Alexandra Eala plays professional tennis in her home country for the first time. Alexandra Eala's first Philippine Women's Open opponent has been confirmed as she looks to win the second WTA 125 tournament of her career. The Filipina star is the second seed for the tournament, behind Tatiana Maria, and the likes of Donna Vekic and Lulu Sun will also play in the Manila event. On the eve of the first WTA tournament in the Philippines, Sports Commissioner Pato Gregorio has discussed plans for more tournaments in the country. WTA events could come to other cities in the Philippines. Ahead of the event, Gregorio was confident that the Philippine Women's Open would open the door for more tournaments in the country. He even confirmed plans to upgrade the event to a WTA 250 event, which would attract more top players to the country. Give us 250 if we pass this test because I am sure that with Alex Eala still developing and soon she will be top 20 in the world, they'll give us 250, said Gregorio. The PSC chief also confirmed plans for another city to host a WTA 125 event, if Manila is upgraded to a 250. Together we can develop and introduce a WTA 125 in another city in the Philippines, maybe Cebu, he said after taking inspiration from some of the biggest tennis countries on the WTA calendar. I was told it could happen because in China they have 5 WTAs and in Italy they have 8 WTAs. That is how we start planning, that is how we support Philippines tennis. All of this we're doing because this one great young lady who is now at the forefront, our inspiration, and her name is Alex Eala. Alexandra Eala says if she expects to win the Philippine Women's Open, Eala will surely be one of the favorites to lift her home trophy, but she has played down her tag as one of the favorites. Speaking at her Philippine Women's Open press conference, she explained, "I never, going into any tournament whatsoever, I never go in expecting to win the whole thing. So although this is at home, my mindset in that sense is no different," she said in a press conference before the main draw. "So I take it match by match. I'll do everything I can to win my first one. But if not, it is what it is. You can't win all the time." Eala is arriving to the Philippine Women's Open having lost both of her Australian Open first-round matches, in the singles and doubles. Where dreams land, the dawn of a new tennis era in the Philippines won. From seeds of hope to global spotlight. When a young Filipino athlete steps onto the world stage and defies expectation after expectation, something extraordinary begins to unfold. Not just in sports but in the spirit of a nation. Alexandra Eala's breakout performances in 2025 did just that. She announced the Philippines' arrival in elite women's tennis, and in doing so, planted the seeds for something much bigger. Eala's ascent through the WTA ranks wasn't incremental, it was transformational. She became the first Filipino woman to break into the WTA top 100, and later the top 50, shattering long-standing barriers for Philippine tennis. There's an old saying in sport, talent creates possibility, achievement creates belief. What Eala achieved, defeating top players, reaching a WTA final and clinching titles, was not just history, it was a statement of identity, aspiration, and potential. It said, Filipinos belong here. With that belief as its foundation, the conversation quickly shifted from what's possible to what's next. 2. The Philippine Women's Open, a homegrown tour stop. If success is a beacon, attraction follows. The Philippines, for the first time, is set to host a WTA 125 tournament called the Philippine Women's Open from January 26 to 31, 2026 in Manila. The significance of this development cannot be overstated. Historical breakthrough. This marks the first WTA tour stop ever hosted in the Philippines. An achievement that seemed almost unimaginable a few years ago. International recognition. Listed on the official WTA calendar, the Manila stop invites global players to compete on Filipino soil, bringing international tennis back to Southeast Asia's vibrant heart. Local pride. For fans who once watched tennis only on screens, the opportunity to witness a world-class event in person, a WTA tour-level competition, is transformative. Organizers envisage the hosting of top-flight sports alongside cultural vibrancy, welcoming players, coaches, fans, media, and sponsors. Venues like Rizal Memorial Sports Complex and the budding Philippine Tennis Center are being primed to serve as hubs for this global event. 3. Why Eala's success matters beyond the scoreboard. A tennis star's breakthrough is often celebrated for rankings and trophies, but its deeper impact is cultural and systemic. A catalyst for development. Eala's success triggered conversations not just about tournaments but about infrastructure, coaching, and long-term sports development in the Philippines. News coverage reveals that tennis officials and government leaders have been meeting to explore how to expand competitive opportunities on home soil, including discussions about ITF and WTA events, venue improvements, and strategic investments in youth development. Imagine a generation of Filipino kids growing up not just with tennis courts, but with role models, coaches, and a clear pathway to the international circuit. That's a profound shift, from dreaming of participation to planning for victory. Symbolism of representation. From Manila to Mindanao, provinces now speak of tennis as not just an elite sport but a channel for aspiration. Little girls who once picked up a racket for fun now see pathways to global leagues. Boys inspired by speed now ask how to master serve and volley. Eala's journey, from a junior standout to a WTA star, is not only a sports story. It's narrative empowerment. It tells young Filipinos that a global stage is within reach if opportunity and support follow talent. 4. Community and economic revival through tennis. Hosting a WTA event has multiplier effects that ripple through society. Tourism and local economy. A professional tennis tournament brings international visitors, athletes, coaches, press, and fans who contribute to hotel bookings, local dining, transportation, and cultural engagement. Through thoughtful planning, Manila's WTA stop can become a sports tourism magnet, showcasing the Philippines as a hub for major sporting events. Sponsorship and investment opportunities. Events like WTA 125 tournaments attract brand sponsorships and corporate partnerships. For businesses, alignment with sport represents not just advertising but engagement with youth, health, and lifestyle. These partnerships help secure financial sustainability for future tournaments and community programs. 5. Growing the game, from Manila to the barangays. A tournament in Manila is a milestone, but the real impact lies in rooted growth across the archipelago.